So guys, we've had sisters before, but am I right? Are you twins?
We are. We definitely
Okay,
are.
so yeah, you're definitely our first twins on Christmas presents. I've seen a little bit of photographic evidence that for the first, what are we saying, 10 years of life, you were definitely twins, twin outfits, twin everything.
Yeah, we had twin outfits, didn't we?
We loved it.
I hated it. I certainly hated it. So I think by the time I was, probably 11 or 12, I used to raid my cousin's wardrobe to get his hand-me-downs.
So what happens to twins at Christmas? Does that mean you get two of everything?
No. There was always a bag of Santa treats and bits and pieces, and that would have been a bag each. Presents, we might have got a present each, but we might well have got a bigger shared present, or if it was a board game or something like that, that could well have been shared.
Yeah, so we were born and brought up in outside Banbridge, out in the country, and Santa was in Wellworths.
I don't really remember
and I can remember us going to Wellworths to see Santa. We wouldn't have had like fizzy drinks at home apart from at your birthday or at Christmas, so it was always a real treat, and we were each allowed to choose one bottle of fizzy pop, so there was always like a debate in the weeks running up about, was it going to be Club Orange or brown lemonade? There was just that sort of, that anticipation of how glorious was this one bottle of fizzy drink and how long could you make it last for. And then Mummy would have also made ginger wine.
Lovely.
So like this,
forgotten about that.
Yeah, this little bottle of concentrate. Every year we would try to have a go at singing the Hallelujah chorus from the Messiah. So, there would be much hilarity and wrong notes and chaos and people finishing at different times and, digging each other in the
There's
ribs.
no Jeffreys in our house to be playing.
Yeah. But a lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah, lots of enthusiasm and laughter.
The jug, the very lovely jug, was a freebie from Bird's Custard. I think you must have had to collect lots of vouchers from Bird's Custard, and then you could get the Christmas jug, and this had custard in it. And it may not be the most pretty thing, but it is without a doubt the one thing that we want: the Christmas jug, we want the Santa jug. I can't even tell you how many years ago now, one of our oldest sister, Pam, went online to eBay and sourced Santa jugs, and now we are all possessors of Bird's Custard Santa jugs.
Well done, Pamela, that's awesome.
But we don't quite know who has the original. So we both remember we got little sort of transistor radios when we were, I think 9 or 10, yeah, and they were blue and red. Can you remember which was yours?
Mine was the blue one.
You think yours was the blue one and mine was the red one. So we had those, and we had those for years and years. And then the thing that we both remembered was one year we got these gloves, these mitts from Canada that were filled with feathers. So they were really warm, and just wearing them all the time. It just seemed awesome to have these massive mitts.
Mine were yellow with stripes on them, and yours were
orange
stripes.
Everything was color coded, so we would each get different colors.
And we got little dolls one year, and mine was called Pippa. We couldn't remember what yours was called, but they were tiny. I mean, that doll was only about that big, and they were in I presume it was like a sweetie tin or something like that, and all like the tiny little shoes and tiny little dresses.
I'm going to put something on now, so it's a scarf. We always have a bit of a tradition to say if you can produce a present that makes your siblings cry on Christmas morning.
So very kind.
Yeah, it's always kind. So we had a damson tree, and some of the damsons, my granddad had taken one of them and planted in his house in Belfast, and that damson tree came down in the storm. So I got some of the wood turned into pens for all of his grandkids, and talked about memories from the original tree, because it used to be the tree everybody climbed and there was jam made out of it.
Oh, very delicious jam. Memories of hot buttered Vita bread with this damson jam on it, and the damson jam was, I just can't explain how nice my mum's damson jam was. It transported you back to like the kitchen table and the range lit and the hot buttered toast and the gathering of the damsons, which came along at the same time as the picking of the blackberries and the I suppose that very warm, soft family feeling, and sort of the good fortune that you have to be part of that as a family, which not everybody is so fortunate. But yeah, the pen was, I definitely.
Yeah, I won the bowling prize.
Yeah, she won the crying prize that year.
But the pens that were made in part by the folks from Mourne Grange, the Camp Hill community down in Kilkale. And when Adam was down there, they were weaving as well. And he bought me this scarf as a Christmas present. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's a piece of weaving. It's not like absolutely perfect, you know, the stripes aren't perfectly spaced and there's a few odd edges in and out, but it's so beautiful and warm, and it comes from kind of a social enterprise. And, you know, just in terms of presents, I think one of the things from the little clips that have been shown is it's not the most expensive things that are the most precious things. And yeah, so I really love this scarf, because it's sort of, you know, it's a bit like all of us, you know, there are some bumpy bits and uneven bits, but it was made with love.